สวัสดีค่ะ Hello from Thailand. How are you doing? I hope you are safe from COVID-19. My name is Orapan Antimanan. I work in Department of Disease Control, Ministry of Public Health, Thailand. Today I have two presentations. The first one, I will tell the progress of my project regarding psychosocial health. And the second one, I will share the experience regarding the COVID-19 in Thailand. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Kosha to organize this meeting and also to support the digital feed for me and also for my colleagues. Hello again. Today I would like to present my project regarding psychosocial health, that the issue that Thailand participate in for the OCHI research collaboration. The background of this project is that Thailand had agreed to participate the research project regarding psychosocial health using iWork Health since 2017. The agreed objective is that we would like to determine the prevalence of work-related stress and workplace stressor among health workers in the hospital in different Asian countries that we agree since November 2018. What is iWork Health? iWork Health was developed by Workplace Safety and Health Singapore. It is the tool to help organizations to identify workplace stressors, and this data we can better manage workplace state by implementing appropriate intervention to foster mental well-being and build mental resilience. The objective of my project are: the first one, I would like to translate the iWork Health instrument to Thai language. And the second one, I would like to validate the Thai language, this instrument. How we perform? We conduct this project during 2019 to last year. The step of instrument validate, we start with we review and translate to Thai language from English language to Thai language. And after that, we invited the 5 experts, including 2 occupational health medicine physicians, 1 psychiatrist, 1 occupational health nurse, and 1 epidemiologist. They are to determine the content validity of the instrument for 2 rounds. The IOC index was used to analyze the meaning of IOC. If the score is 1, it means that the expert is sure that the item really measures the attribute. If the score is -1, it means that the expert thinks that the item does not measure the attribute. Finally, if the score equals 0, it means that the expert is not sure that the item does measure the attribute. In each question, the IOC should be equal or greater than 0.5. Finally, the draft of instrument was evaluated and improved. And we found that the instrument was shortened and included the workplace harassment part and total well-being, safety and health part, because these 2 parts maybe in other questionnaire already. So we shortened before we translating. In the round 1, we found that the IOC will be 0.6 to 1, and we have 1 question which had IOC equal point 4. After we conclude and correct some statement following the suggestion of the experts. In the round 2, we calculate the IOC again. We found that every question have IOC equals 0.6 to 1. Here are the Thai language instrument detail. The past one, we mentioned about demographic and job question. Demographic include age, sex, marital status, and educational level. For the job data, type of workplace, role in hospital, for example, senior management, middle management, or non-management. And duration of work in the hospital. Employment type, for example, permanent, full-time, or part-time. And type of work hour, for example, regular, office hour, or shift work. And finally, the last question is very important because we asked about the role as a caregiver. That I think is very important. If the health worker have to take care like elderly, young children, or disabled family member, they may make a stress or make not affect to mental well-being. This we asked in the last 12 months. For the 1.2 part, sick leave data were identified. We used 3 questions. The first one, over the past 1 year, how many working days did you work? Did you not work? Maybe some reason, medical leave, or otherwise because of mental health problem, and you can indicate 0 or 1. If you yes is 1, no is 0. And the second question, how many working days did you not work because of medical leave or otherwise because of physical health problem? And you can put the 0, 1 or 0. The last question is, how many accidents did you have at work, including those without injury? If none, please indicate 0 or 1 if you have. The part 2, we identify the mental well-being. In general, how have you been feeling, thinking, and behaving over the past 2 weeks? This part we have 9 scale and 14 questions. You can see that for the first, I am spiritual, because in Thai language it is quite too abstract, so I cut this question. And the second question, I am calm. We got the IOC what equal 0.4, so we also cut this question. For psychosocial health outcome, we have 2 questions. In general, how often have you been bothered by any of the following problems? Over the past 2 weeks, that have little interest or pleasure in doing things, and feeling down, depressed, or hopeless. In Thai language, we also have, we call 2Q question. These 2Q questions we use to identify the risk of depression. But in Thai language, we have only 2 scales, not at all, and several days. So we adapt from the original copy to only 2 scale, not at all, and more than or equal several days. For part 3, we identified the job demand that include physical, social, psychological, or organizational aspects of the job that require sustained physical and or psychological efforts. This we follow every version from original copy. For job control, that aspect of the job that allow control over the overwork performance. In this part, we collect two questions. The first one is my work is meaningful and my work is important. Because two questions, if we translate in Thai, is quite similar meaning. So I collect these two questions into one question. For the social support, we identify the relationship with supervisor and co-worker that provide socio-emotional support for the worker, for the health worker. We follow the original copy as well. And organizational culture is a system is share assumption, value, and belief which govern how people behave in the organization. This I also follow the original copy. As same as the job satisfaction, that a feeling of fulfillment that a person delivers from his or her job. So this I follow the original copy as well. As same as the job satisfaction, that a feeling of fulfillment that a person delivers from his or her job. So this I follow the original copy as well. And for the work state is a person response when presented with work demand and pressure that are not matched to their knowledge and ability and which challenge their ability to cope. We ask, have you been bothered by any of the following problems over the past 4 weeks or not? This, and I also follow the original copy. For the burnout inventory. Burnout inventory have the two important questions is, have you been bothered by any of the following problems over the past 4 weeks? And have you been bothered by any of the following problems over the past 2 weeks? Similar question, but in detail, they have a different like emotional exhaust, burnout, and frustrated, and worn out, and don't want to go to work, something like that. And for the psychosocial leadership, also have two important questions. The first one is would like to know how company management to help the worker who had the mental well-being problem or state problem, how to you support or you correct problem or you consider, or finally that the manager think that the well-being is important to work productivity or not. This is I also follow the original copy. So all of the our questionnaire, most of them I follow the original copy, but some question that is quite too abstract in Thai language. We try to like two question we cut or delete, and some question we collect together. And some part, for example, for harassment part, for total worker safety and health part, that is have another questionnaire already asked already. So we cut those part. I think from this we got the contentability of the questionnaire or of the instrument. For the next future that I would like to do, the first one, I would like to try out the instrument for determining the reliability. Right now I select the hospital and try to coordinate and try out the Thai iWork health instrument among health workers, and I think it's at least 30% that include to our project. And then we conduct the reliability. We got the conduct alpha, summarize and conclude the instrument, and then During next year, I think we can perform this for activity. And next year, I think I will allow it to the hospital which are interested to evaluate the mental well-being and stress among their health workers. So I work health in Thailand Fed will be ready to allow and distribute to other hospitals that are interested in this instrument. Finally, I would like to say thank you, Workplace Safety and Health again, to distribute or allow us to use I work out and in Thailand quiz. I think it's very useful for identify the work stress and also how to, and after that we can management and reduce the stress or increase the well-being of the mental in the worker. Thank you.